Hello my dear friends, and thank you for coming back to watch my tutorial this week as well. After a short break, I'm back. So this week I started the same as always for all my projects, a good vacuuming, and then I wash with the white lining from Dixie Belle the entire furniture. I mix in a bottle a small portion of white lightning, and then I add water, and with this mixture I'm cleaning the furniture, and after that I'm coming with a clean damp cloth and I rinse the surface. I let dry the furniture for about an hour or so, and so, and after that I'm coming with the primer, which is the Boss from Dixie Belle. It's a blocker, and because this furniture is mahogany and the risk of having some bleeding throughs are quite big, I decided to go with applying 2 coats of Boss to make sure that I will not have any bad surprises, because I'm gonna paint a light color. With the paint as well as with the Boss, I make sure that I go into all small areas on the furniture, so to be sure that in the future I will not have any problems near the handlers. So just pay attention to this step and take your time. Boss applied, I leave it dry for 5 hours and then I can return. I took out the drawers because I want to paint in every corner. Take a soft brush usually and I start to apply. I'm watering from time to time the brush because the paint was quite thick. So with the water from time to time on the brush, I just go on each small area on the furniture and I make sure that I go to every hidden spot. And here I do the drawers. The handlers are super detailed, so I want you will see later on, I want to make them really outstanding, so I make sure that I paint them well so that whatever I want to do after will have a good surface to adhere to. This burlap color has a very good coverage, so this is first hand and it already looks amazing. I applied 2 coats of burlap, just simple paint. I didn't do any crazy thing on the painting side. You will see I went crazy a little bit later. And even if in Europe it's raining cats and dogs lately, I really wanted summer to come. So here we are, sunflowers. Transfers from Dixie Belle. They recently launched their transfers, and I really wanted to try this one because I think it is really beautiful and so vivid and colorful and happy. And I just found the perfect customer to make this furniture for, and the perfect furniture for this transfer. So here we are, a little bit detailed, the furniture. So I had to take my time and pay attention to all small surfaces. And then you will see that I come with a cutter and I cut carefully the transfers, but after I apply it. The surface is quite small and a little bit challenging, but it worked well. And then I press with my finger for taking out any possible air bubbles. And then I come with the cutter and I cut exactly where the drawers are, and then on all the small moldings of the furniture. And again I press firmly so that the transfer goes into each small corner of the furniture. And then you will see with the buffer, yeah, this one I'm coming and I just press a little bit softly and take out the halo that is around the transfers. And because I want to age the transfer a little bit, I come with the buffer and I'm just pressing softly on the transfers, and I create a little bit of vintage look. Then I take away the dust with a clean and dry microfiber cloth. I want to connect somehow the vivid colors of the transfers with the simple light color that burlap is. So I come here on the lower part of the furniture with a little bit of dry brush. I'm using Palmetto as color for this dry brush, and this is just a matter of taste, how much, how less, how strong. You can see that I apply now this Palmetto, and later you can see that I'm coming back with the burlap and I clean a little bit away from this Palmetto, and I do this several times until I'm really happy with the tone that the furniture gets. And on the other hand, what I really like when I do dry brush is that the furniture gets a little bit of texture, which for the final look that I'm having in my mind for this furniture, this will be perfect, because I want to play a little bit with some gilding waxes, colored ones, and then the gilding wax really gets much nicer if you apply it on a textured surface. The best brush for this thing, for the dry brush, is the cheap one. I'm using a cheap brush from Dixie Belle, which is quite strong and firm, so as I said, just perfect for dry brush. And in here, as I told you earlier, I am coming back with the burlap and I tone down the palmetto. I just play, I think I played at least 3-4 times, going with the palmetto, then again with the burlap, and again with palmetto. I think at least 3-4 times until I was happy with the texture and with the tone itself that the furniture got. For the dry brush, I take very small amount of paint on the brush, and then I remove even that small amount. I remove it almost completely from the brush by cleaning it on a cardboard. And I don't know if I told you, but this week I wanted to be playful. So I saw this technique on Pinterest with some artist was using it, and I really wanted to try making my own circles on the furniture. So this was, I think, the perfect piece to do it. So with a small artist brush, I take very small amounts of paint and I place the brush on the surface, and then I do small circles just like this and remove the brush from the furniture. Very simple technique and it looks super cool. I will definitely try it again on other projects because it is super satisfying and the effect is just wow. I love it. I just tried to match the colors from the transfers, and I think that I really managed to do it well. And now my favorite part, the beautifying. Mainly what I do here is I go over all the areas where I came earlier with the dry brush. I now come with the black wax. Actually, it's a combination of black wax and brown wax, just a little bit from each of the colors I take and I put on the brush. So I come on the corners and I go to all the handlers and to the moldings of the furniture, and I'm creating a little bit of more vintage look, and also I'm creating some depth to the furniture itself. And what also helps is the texture that I created earlier, because unfortunately the video doesn't make justice, but in reality the wax, the dark wax over that beautiful texture that I created looks just amazing. And except the handlers and these small metal attached moldings that the furniture has, I also go a little bit around the transfers. Remember earlier I buffered the transfer, so I vintaged it a little bit, and now I'm coming with wax just to amplify and to give depth to the flowers on the furniture. I do apply with one brush the black wax, and then I come with a clean brush, a bigger one, and I remove all the extra black that I apply with the artist brush. And then, of course, my favorite part, the applying gold gilding wax. I prefer to take a little bit from the can, the gilding wax on the back of an old brush, and I just take with my finger out of it, and I apply gently and with attention, so that I will not go with the gilding wax out of the molding itself. It looks beautiful. The shining green that you can see underneath this gold, it is the new gilding wax in cactus, very soft green color from Dixie Belle. I really like using it. And here it is, the project finalized. Those small cactus squares, arlequin squares that you can see, are done with a stencil that I've done by myself using a plastic sheet and Dremel. I will show you in a new video that I will do soon how I do these self-made stencils. I hope you like this project as much as I do, and if you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe my channel for other new crazy, hopefully, and funny YouTube tutorials. Take care of you, and have a nice week. Bye. And the last mile surprise, I of course did not forget the inside drawers, and I applied also transfers here, and the drawers themselves I colored them in a very vivid colonel mustard from Dixie Belle.